Well. The off-field trauma at Scunthorpe United. Where do I even begin on this debacle? Yes, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today's video, of course, as I've just seen a post a couple of minutes ago on NL Bible. If you think, obviously, he covers the National League. However, today is all about Scunthorpe United, and of course, off-field issues have started to come back once again. I wanted to make a video on this because obviously I haven't done a video in ages, and of course, I'm gonna get this uploaded tonight. This could be good for you Scunthorpe fans to give my honest opinion about what's going on at your club. So let's get straight into it. Of course, the drama started, of course, in 2013. Obviously, Peter Swan took over the club from a businessman, I think called I'm not sure, but he took over from Steve Wharton as the chairman of the club in 2013, and of course, throughout that period, Scunthorpe had recently just been relegated from the Championship to League One. And of course, just 7 years ago, of course, Scunthorpe had recently reached the League One playoffs, losing, I think, to Bradford. I think they lost to Bradford. It was one of Bradford or Millwall. I can't remember who it was. Let me know in the comments. Was it Bradford or was it I think it was Bradford. I'm not sure, but of course, 2 years later, of course, Scunthorpe had been relegated from League One down to League Two, which was absolutely mental to think. Of course. And of course, in 2022, this is where it really gets horrible. Of course, Scunthorpe United in 2022 had been relegated from the Football League down into the National League. Of course, people thought Scunthorpe would go straight back up. However, of course, off-field issues still remained at the club. Peter Swan obviously still owned the club. And obviously, in 2022, he had resigned as Scunthorpe owner. Of course, by the way, I'm reading the post, by the way. Of course, in January this year, with ongoing issues surrounding with Peter Swan, the club was wound up by HMRC. And of course, if you think it, of course, all other clubs have been suffering with that. Her Majesty Revenues and Customs, of course. So you had Bolton, Bury, Macclesfield. Who else? I forgot who else. Obviously, Scunthorpe, Oldham, recent years. Of course, also in January 2023, early this year, of course, David Hilton, of course, he actually took over the club and he claims to clear the £400,000 of debt that Scunthorpe owned. So, technically, he might have lied. Of course, in April, Scunthorpe had got back-to-back relegations from League 2 down to the National League North, which is absolutely crazy to think. Scunthorpe had gone from the likes of Sheffield United, Bolton Wanderers, Bradford City, Millwall away, to now teams like Chester, Blyth Spartans or something like that away. Absolutely shocking. Of course, in August, Peter Swan and David Hilton clashed in court. And now, this is actually over the sale of Glanford Park. And of course, Glanford Park is Scunthorpe's home. And we all know clubs do not own the stadium. Clubs may not own a stadium. Say, I think maybe a certain club called Oxford United. So, and just recently, David Hilton actually admits to fraud. So, but he has now put Scunthorpe up for sale after like 9 months after he bought them. Wow. Of course, recently, he actually clashed with one of the fans on text. Would you believe it? Of course, he does not clearly care about the club, which is absolutely disgusting. And of course, fans have now been issued banning orders and club's social media is removed. What? And I'll tell you what, this is the post I found earlier. Of course, 7 hours ago, David Hilton has withdrawn his funding at Scunthorpe. The club will now ground share with Gainsborough Trinity for the rest of the season. Several parties have shown interest in buying the club, but stadium issues and winding up petitions mean that they have not decided to move forward. And now this, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, I am not happy. I'm not happy that this is happening, but this is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, criminal, upsetting. Life is really sad if you're a Scunthorpe fan. I'm not saying this in a mean way. I genuinely mean that, because the stuff that you've had to go through with 2 frauds who owned your club, one who actually backlashed with a fan on text, blooming text, on the phone, like, what? I'm sorry. I am sorry, right? I am sorry. As much as I absolutely show my passion for football, but owners like this, really? And by the way, guys, I felt emotional going to Gig Lane for Bury against Brentford in the pre-season friendly, because this was actually Bury's first game at Gig Lane for 4 years. And Bury are back playing in the North West Counties League, playing Wivenshaw Town. And actually, it's actually good for me, because Wivenshaw Town is actually not far from where I am. By the way, I'm a Wivenshaw lad. And, oh man, I've been everywhere. I've even been to Scunthorpe's ground. And seeing it in the state it is. Wow, oh my God, I just can't bear my head. I just can't bear it. I just couldn't bear it. You know, I just can't bear it. Seeing clubs like Scunthorpe, the clubs like Scunthorpe, Bury, Bolton, Macclesfield, Wigan and Oldham being pulled right down to the wire, pulled out of existence just because of frauds owning their respective clubs. And to be fair, even Reading now, they're going through financial crap as well, because their owner won't get their fingers working, and they're not selling the club. They're not doing it, and they might as well get handed every point deduction all season. They might as well deduct them like 90 points, and they still finish. Now they'll still finish below Chesterfield. No, Cheltenham in League One. Absolute farce, man. And by the way, guys, I feel really sorry for Scunthorpe. I absolutely do. Of course, I feel so sorry, man. Because the state of the club is shocking. But Scunthorpe are a proud, historic club in North Lincolnshire. Have massive rivalries against Lincoln and Grimsby and Boston United. And them two are now in the same blimmin' division as each other. Scunthorpe and Boston. Just 3 years ago, Scunthorpe and Grimsby were playing each other. Like, what the hell is happening? But by the way, guys, if there's any people watching this video, just drop it in the comments. What are your thoughts on what's going on at Scunthorpe? But yeah, I wasn't planning on making a video until this weekend, but I feel like with me seeing this post, I just thought to myself, yeah, I have to do it. So, what do you think needs to happen next at Scunthorpe? Well, I feel like David Hilton needs to sell it. Needs to sell the club. Give the club to owners who actually care about the club. Get a plus as well, right? Or give the club to the fans. Make Scunthorpe a fan-owned club. See, look at Chester as an example, right? When Chester City, when it went down to the wire in 2010, Chester FC were made by the fans. As a Phoenix club. When Bury went bumped, well, Bury aren't bumped anymore, but like when they went down to the wire, in 2019, as soon as their EFL expulsion had happened, by the way, I've actually done a few videos on that, on Bury's expulsion. Give the fans owned Bury AFC, but they merged together and to reform Bury FC. So Bury is back just to being one club. Back to being now one club. And you look at Macclesfield. Yes. Even though they're not owned by fans, but however, Robbie Savage owns them. And he's done an incredible job trying to get Macclesfield all the way through the leagues just to get back to the National League. Which is absolutely crazy. And of course, I've actually also done a video in this exact kitchen in around this time in 2020 when I actually seen the news that Macclesfield actually had been expelled by the National League. So if you haven't checked that out, is well on the channel now. So, but yeah, guys, hope you guys do enjoy this video. Smash a like, subscribe. Comment down below, guys. What your thoughts on the situation at Scunthorpe? I think it's just sad, upsetting, disgusting. At this rate, you might as well just abandon Glanford Park, until the stadium has actually been resolved. But yeah, hope you guys do enjoy this video. Smash a like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you for watching, and love, peace, and techers.